How's it going, guys? Football-ManagerYouthDevelopment.co.uk here. In this episode, we're going to speak about the importance of having older players in your team. If this is the first video you have watched on the channel, please do remember to press that like button, subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager videos, and of course, comment down below. For the purpose of making this video, I'm going to be showing you my Montrose side, who are currently in the Championship in the Scottish divisions. Having been in charge of Montrose for about 5 seasons now, I have started to get the squad exactly how I want it to get, but in terms of player personalities, you can see a lot of my player personalities are balanced at the moment. Of course, I can obviously buy some younger players who have decent personalities, but sometimes when you're playing lower league football, these can sometimes be quite tricky to sign these type of players. You may notice at the top, I've got 4 players who are all over the age of 34. All of these players are currently on 1-year contracts. So some of the best things you can do, or sort of uses for older players, one of the best ones is obviously tutoring. So you'll notice here, I've got a custom screen that I use to set up my tutoring. One of the players is professional and all the other 3 personalities are resolute. So this is really good personalities for tutoring your young players with. You may see here in this custom screen, I also put the determination of the players, and you can see that these top 3 players all have a determination attribute of 16 and the bottom one has a determination attribute of 18. A lot of the players with higher potential in my squad, for example these guys down here, who are all about 18, 19 years old, I have had them tutored already by the players at the top of the screen. You can see that these players will develop a lot quicker in terms of their attributes and things like that. So this guy came through my youth academy. He's currently got 4-star current ability, which is very good for an 18-year-old. And he's also got 5-star potential ability as well. Again, this guy here, he came through my youth academy. I managed to get him tutored straight away. You can see his determination was fairly low. But after his tutoring, he managed to get up to 16. And he's also got a resolute personality, which means that he's going to develop a lot quicker. In terms of using your older players as a tutor, there's 2 ways of doing it basically. So you can click on the player here, for example, Darren Barr, who has a professional personality and determination attribute of 18. You can go to his development page and click on tutoring. You will see a number of players here, or what you can do, you can have a look at his position. So he's a centre back or a centre midfielder. I'm going to have a look at some centre backs who I've got in my team. So I'll include my under 20 team as well, as that's quite a good thing to do, and have a look for all my centre backs. The type of thing that I'm probably going to be looking to do here is maybe have a look at the determination attributes of my players. Obviously, when a younger player does get tutored by an older player, their determination attribute usually increases to the level that the player that is tutoring them has for a determination attribute, and most of the time as well, their personality will increase to whatever the older players is. So, for example, here what I'll be taking a look at, I've sorted it by personality. By determination, and I'm having a look at the potential of all of my players here. So Jamie Graham I've got on loan at the moment. This guy here, Carl Johnson, I don't think I'll be able to get him tutored. Unfortunately I can't, just because of his role in the team. So I'm just having a real quick flick through just at the sort of potential of all these players. Colin Boyle I think is likely to be the best player to get tutored in this particular occasion, and as you can see here, you can click on development and then go to tutoring for the young player. And I can just simply click on Darren Barr and get him to tutor this young player here. So tutoring is one of the obvious benefits of making sure that you've got some older players in your team. Other good things that you can get, obviously you do get players that are quite experienced. This guy here, for example, he's still quite a good player. Mentally, older players have usually pretty decent mental attributes because they've got the really good experience. Sometimes the physical attributes of the players go quite quickly. This guy here, he's not completely lost all of his pace, for example, and he's still quite a decent player. I actually managed to find this guy as a free transfer, and you can see that he's actually currently good enough for the team for the league that I'm playing in at the moment. He's fairly experienced in terms of, the divisions that he's been playing in. Only actually a couple of seasons ago, he was playing in the the top division of the Scottish division, and did actually do pretty well. So, of course, if you do sign older players, you can sometimes get really, really good experienced players, and they can certainly be good enough for your first team squad as well. There's going to be some older players that you'll just sign just to make, to get the use out of their tutoring. This guy here, Stephen Simmons, I've never actually played him in any games for my team. Of course, he is there as a backup, but being 37 years old, the only reason I have signed him is because he's got 16 determination and he's got a resolute personality. When I did actually sign this guy, one of the good things that I did actually manage to look at was his staff attributes, and you can see here that I've actually got him as an under-20s coach. Of course, he's got that really good determination attribute in his good personality, but he's got working with youngsters 17 and attacking, defending. They're pretty high attributes as well for coaching. So the good thing about sometimes having older players in your team is that you can eventually use them as coaches in your team. Obviously, they're going to be quite well known around your club. So in terms of players that might have, favoured personnel, you're likely to have your player in there as favoured personnel for other players. Of course, you can use them as a tutor as well. This particular guy is going to be retiring pretty soon. But yeah, certainly after he has retired, I've got a ready-made coach in my team. Just to use in my coaching stuff. So really quickly, just before I end this video, guys, I just wanted to show you how I usually go about finding older players who are going to be pretty good tutors for my younger players in the team. So what I tend to do is just have a look for players that are at least 31 years old. I always look for contract status is expired, and generally I'll put the determination attribute to 15. Of course, I'm not going to know loads and loads of players different attributes for the determination attribute. You can obviously increase it and reduce it as much as possible, but I always make sure that I add in the personality sort of field basically in the search. What you can do, you can right click on this bar up here, go to insert column. It's actually under the general one, but then you would just add in the personality one. I've already done that, which is why it was not shown on here. But obviously, once you have your list of players, what you can do is just sort it by personality. Just have a look through these players. So this guy is absolute perfect example. His contract's expired. He's got 17 determination attribute and a professional personality. So he would be certainly a really good player to try and look to sign. Obviously, in terms of his coaching attributes, he's pretty poor. So this particular guy wouldn't sign on as a player coach. I would just use him to get him as a tutor, but certainly if he was quite decent in terms of his coaching attributes, then you can also look to get these type of players in as coaches as well. I hope that you have found this video interesting, guys. If you have found this video interesting, please do subscribe to the channel like I said before. I'd like to hear if you do sign any older players to your teams, and if you do, how you end up using the older players for your team. Leave your comments below and press that like button, and we'll be back soon for some more Football Manager videos. Thanks for watching.